All right, good people. My voice is not present um, physically. So, y'all gonna bear with me because you're amazing. Could you let me know if you can hear me clearly? If you can hear me, come on, Kiara. Come on, all white. Yes, child, all white. It's one of those days. Let me know if you can hear me. You can just comment. I can hear you. I hear you clearly. Fantastic. So, without further ado, we are here, honey, back again with the weekly readings. I have taken some time away from doing readings strictly because, I had to get myself in order. Had to get myself in order. And along with that, getting myself in order, came recommitment, it came refocus, it came clarity. It brought about some change in certain areas. Um, but I'm back. I'm back, and I am back in full force. Back in full force. Um, I just want to get something clear before we step into this thing. As a spiritualist, I don't owe anybody anything. Let's get clear. I don't owe anybody anything. And when I or anyone else verbalize or vocalize them needing to take a break from something or withdrawing from something, if you are going to rely on these individuals to be intercessors of the Spirit, to be uh, messengers of the Spirit, it is critical that you honor the request of the person. Okay? It's critical. I am a very giving, sometimes over giving person, but I will never be played. I will never be played. Okay? Let me see. Someone said froze. Froze? Let me look at my own self upside my head. Let me see. Someone said froze. Froze? I see I'm playing Sister Woman and maybe on your end. I will never be played. Let me continue there. Will never be played. Um, I do my best to operate in a spiritual cleanliness and a level of integrity to where if I'm not doing right, I'm not going to be telling you you need to be doing right. What I am going to do instead is to realign myself, gather myself up, recenter myself, refocus myself so that I can do what it is that I have been called to do in this living, in this lifetime. Upon that, okay, I am not interested in your rebuttals to the work. I am not swayed or moved by your spiritual threats predicated upon what it is that you believe or what you were taught to believe. Um, that's not my testimony. Because when I go forth to the Spirit's going to ask me about me, not about you. And when you go to the Spirit's going to ask you about you. The Spirit is not going to ask you about me. So when it comes to a matter of whether or not I know what I'm talking about.
Do you know? Do you really know? Do you really know?
No, you know.
Thank you.
Okay. Do you know, honey? Do you really know? Do you really know? No, you know. I know I do. Thank you. Honey, I had to have uh, a slight petty spirit. Hold on one more time.
Do you know? Do you really know? Did you really know?
No, you know.
Thank you.
Okay. Now that we have passed that up, let's go ahead on and tap into the spirit. I was instructed that the majority of this will be a channeled reading. So for those of you who are terrorized, aggravated, or concerned about my cards, honey, I may not be using them for this reading today. I'm going to ask that all the people that are present, no matter what time it is that you watch this video, that you take a deep breath in, hold it, and slowly release. And a critical part about breathing is not that you, it's not how many times you do it, it's how thoroughly you do it. So take a deep breath in and breathe out. Allow for me to say my prayer. I come forward to the Spirit, thanking you for all the things that you are doing, the things that you have yet done, Spirit, for aligning us here to have this supreme spiritual connection and conversation, so that the messages that the Spirit has prepared, that has shown up, manifested, waiting to be manifested and brought into existence within the universe, is delivered in a clear, concise way where the hearers can understand it. Spirit, I ask that their minds, third eye chakra, first eye chakra and crown chakra, as well as heart chakra, be open to receive the information and the interpretations given. I ask that you purify the space, Spirit, any spirit or energy, both watching and not watching, Spirit. I ask you that you allow for it to be made whole, made clean, and clarified through the reading and through the word. It is in the power of all that is that I give great thanks, great gratitude, great glory. And shall we begin? The very first thing that the Spirit is showing me now, this is the weekly reading, so this is things that we need to be focused into, or focus on, or be looking out for the signs, the symbols, and the wonders coming into this upcoming week. Okay. Most of this, it doesn't matter if you don't see this till 3 months from now. Okay. It doesn't matter. Okay. If whenever you watch it, pay attention to this stuff for you. Okay. The first thing that the Spirit was showing me was kind of like a horseshoe, which is, like the lucky symbol. The Spirit is saying that a lot of us are relying upon luck and just waiting to see what happens as it pertains to the different unfoldings and things of the events of our lives. Well, yeah, you can wait and see what happens, but you are not an audience member to your life. You are a co-creator in your life. Okay. You don't get to just sit on the sidelines and look at the miracles, the wonders, and look at Spirit as if it is a fireworks display on 4th of July. Okay. You don't get to do that. Yes, there are going to be an abundance of things that work in your favor. But as it works, you must work. A lot of us have become reliant upon, man, I know the Spirit's going to do it. The Spirit's going to do it. The Spirit is not going to do something that the Spirit has already ordained, empowered, instructed, and prepared for you to do. So it is critical that you do that. There is a severe issue when it comes to discipline. And this direct headshot for me, which I'm correcting. There's a severe issue when it comes to discipline. Some of us have fallen out of our routines that we established, knowing that it was for the greater good or the greater overall purpose within ourselves. So, with that being said, you need to fall back into that. If you said that you have to get up every morning and make your bed because that's critical, if you get up and make your bed, that you're getting get in the movement and get into the groove and get into the growth of life and the going forth of life. Okay, that's what you need to do. You find every excuse in the world to not do what you know you're supposed to do. But you don't find no excuse or justification in the world to do the right thing. Right. So do not fall out of your routine and do not lie and say that I'm just a kind of person that has to do different things. That's not commitment. It's not commitment and it's not discipline. It's one thing to change and evolve your practice. It is another thing to dwindle upon it, or rather dwindle from it. Um, because you just don't want to do that no more. That's it. You just don't want to do that no more. But you cannot go forth into the spirit and into the universe and present this energy of half-assedness. It's no other way for me to put it. You cannot do that because that does nothing for you. And the spirit doesn't operate in that way. Universe, one word, okay? What is the word I'm looking for? The spirit is all. It's all in. The universe is all. It is everything. Everything. It is oneness. So the spirit doesn't do oneness, doesn't do halfness, or doesn't do almostness, or doesn't do 25%ness. The spirit doesn't operate in that way. It's all at all times, 24/7. Okay, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, for infinity. Okay, so it is critical that we operate within that same pack. How do you do that? Start with something simple, like getting up, making your bed every day, and doing that consistently. It sounds trivial, but if you zoom out to see what it is that you're doing, you're making a commitment and following through with what you said, and not lying to your own self, and finding ways out of your own promises and your own commitments. That's greater than, oh, I'm just making my bed. Now, if we take this a step further and we go into your spiritual practices, if you're supposed to be journaling every day, okay, you don't have to have this long cathartic book in your journals full of all this great magnanimous discoveries of life. It can just be, I woke up today and I don't have any words. I don't have anything else to say. That could be your journal. But the point is that you're sticking dedicated to something that you said that you were going to do and that you know is beneficial for you. With that commitment does call upon effort. So it is critical to you and to all that you make sure that your effort is present, because the spirit doesn't do stuff any kind of way. And you being an extension of the spirit, you can't do stuff any kind of way either. Okay? Hold on. Somebody trying to call me, honey. Oh, don't try to call me. Don't try to call me right now. I'm in the midst of a situation. Okay. Oh, honey, it is quiet in the house. The people are listening. Let's continue forth into the spirit. So I was just showing a street sign. Y'all don't want to know how terribly I'm drawing it. I'll just showing a street sign. Let me listen. I just heard principles of the crosswalk. Child. One thing about the spirit is sickening. The spirit is sickening. Because somebody placed a comment, just so I know that everyone's still here, honey. Because you could be, because most time people be going in and out or going off in the comments, but you can just comment and let me know that you're still here, so I know the feed is still working before I go ahead and deliver this message. Honey, y'all could just post anything. I'm here. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. The principle of the crosswalk. When we are headed specific directions in life, there are certain laws and functionings that you have to be aware of. So let's move this over here and let's talk about the street signs. You need to know where you are going. You need to know where it is that you are going. Also, you need to know, just like a corner. Black Rose Love. Hi, Black Rose Love. Come on from YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Where you have an intersection. Okay. When you are at an intersection, I promise you it's going to make so much sense once I wrap this thing around. When you're at an intersection and you're wanting to cross over to the next street, if you're walking, honey, or if you're at the light, there are certain signals that let you know that it is the time to move. It's the time to wait, honey. It's the time to yield. It's the time to stop, right? You have to pay attention to those signs and those signals. But peep this. Have you ever seen a stop sign, a crosswalk sign, or a stoplight that was on the ground? No. It's always in the air, which means if you are looking on the ground or at your eye level for the information, you're not looking high enough. The spirit needs for you, if you want to find your direction, stop trying to ask people who don't know where it is that they are going. If you are wanting to figure out your direction, why is it that you sitting up here trying to ask other people who don't know where they're going, or they're headed in a different direction than you? You are following behind people because they're headed somewhere. Honey, you haven't looked up, went into the spirit, and found out what street you on, honey. The spirit is your GPS to let you know where it is that you want to go. Do you understand me? What happens when you make the wrong turn, honey? You end up 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes out the way, going through unnecessary traffic. When it is vital that you lock in and you engage into where it is you need to go. People even within your circle are destined to do different things. Not even everybody in your circle is supposed to be doing the same thing. Hear me now. Everybody is not doing the same thing. Everybody's not going the same direction. Do you understand? And hear me when I say, that doesn't mean that the people in your circle are all over the place. The people are focused, right? The people are destined. The people are clear. But the people are following their own direction. Okay? Because where the spirit want me to go may not be where the spirit want my best friend to go. Because that's not the capacity. That doesn't mean that we can't be connected. But I'm going to tell you, you must pay attention to the signs and the signals. Because if you're at the green light, honey, and it's red, and they're telling you to stop, and you decide to drive anyways, you will find yourself clashing with someone, or rather crashing into someone or with someone that is going in another direction, because you are not following your light, your signal. That's not your light. Your signal is not their signal. If they signal say green, that don't mean that your signal is telling you to go. Your signal's on red, their signal's on green. You will find yourself in a collision with people that are going in totally different directions than you are supposed to go. You must pay attention to your own signs. You must follow what the Spirit told you to do and is telling you to do. You, now, not then, not 5 months ago, not 1,000 years ago, child. Not what the Spirit told your grandmother to do, but what the Spirit told you to do. You must follow that. Because if you're not following your light, you will end up crashed. These are the principles, honey, of the crosswalk. Principles. Even if we take a crosswalk from a physical sense and people actually crossing the street, any other traffic, honey, when it is your time to go, when you get your green light, all the other traffic that may collide with you is halted. When you get your green light to go, all the other traffic is halted. That's critical, because that means the Spirit has an appointed time for you to step forward, for you to go forward, and for you to move forward. This week, you must pay attention to your signs and your signals, not to somebody else's, because they got a different place to go than you have to go. Okay? And also, don't be mad because people ain't going your way. Because then if everybody was going the same direction you was going, then you'd be pissed because it's traffic. Okay? Go your own way. I'll show you the Spirit. Let's move to the next one. Child. Okay. What I just saw was almost like an Oscar or like a Golden Globe or some type of award. And what the Spirit is saying is, okay, if the only reason why you're doing what it is that you're doing is for someone to applaud you and for you to get awarded and for you to be able to show off what it is that you got, the Spirit is not going to give that to you. If the only reason why you are doing the right thing is so that you can be rewarded, that's not in the right spirit. Because you're not doing these things because it is the right thing to do. You're doing these things because you can get something out of it. And that is an opportunist. You cannot be an opportunist in the Spirit. I'm not going to help this person because I know God will bless me after a while. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to help them because they need help. And by proxy of the way energy works, if it is that it is going to come back to me, which it probably is, then so be it. But I'm not doing that with a reward in mind. A lot of us do what we do to get things. And that is incorrect in the Spirit. The Spirit is wanting me to talk about the number 6 and 666. When we talk about the mark of the beast, or we talk about the number of man repeated, In a spiritual sense, 6 also represents materialistic things and ways and functionings of the world, right? So if you are aligning yourself with that materialistic energy, with that, I can't wait, I got to do this, I'm gonna do these meditations, and I'm gonna do this help for people so the spirit could bless me with my big old house and my big old car and my millions of dollars and everything like that, then you're not doing it for spirit, you're doing it for man. And honey, that is the mark of the beast. You've aligned your whole purpose in materialism. It's not accurate. Your whole purpose should be for the whole purpose. Everything that you do should be because you understand that what you're doing is benefiting everybody and everything. Now, in that, we are Xing out or excommunicating selfishness. But that does not mean that you are not supposed to pour into yourself or get yourself nice things or anything like that. But understand, yes, you are in a physical body. This is a materialistic world. But what your purpose and your calling is supposed to be for the greater good of all that is within the world, not for the riches and the things that you can get from the world. If that makes sense. Because that's very soulless to live that way. It's very soulless. That's almost as soulless as the spirit making you only so that you know what? I'm not coming for the people today. I'm not going to come for the people today. I'm going to keep this light. I'm in my white, my purity. I'm not going to be petty today. I'm not going to be petty towards the religions today. I'm going to pull it back together. But all I will say is,
Oh, the ghetto! Oh, the ghetto! Oh, the ghetto!
yeah, I won't get into it. But that's the whole point, okay? Step outside of this materialism. Stop trying to get the award. Stop trying to come up on top or get back at people. Stop trying to look the part. Be it. Be it. Because if you look for the award, you will trick yourself. Peep it. If you look and you set yourself up and you look for the award, listen, you will trick yourself into thinking rewards are the way in which you know that you're doing the right thing. And that's improper and inaccurate. That's not the way that you know that you're doing the right thing. You're always going to get stuff. And then you put an expectancy on it. Not only are you're gonna get stuff, you're gonna get stuff at this time and this soon and this, that, and the other. Child, just you're not gonna you're not gonna do the spirit like that. Point blank, period. Stop the awards. The fact that you're here and able to function and live freely within your own gifts and your own calling, honey, that's your reward. That's your reward. Let's continue here. Let me process this. Hold on one second. So they're talking about babies, and I'm not trying to say anybody pregnant on here. But I think what it is that they are referring to is about new life. Let me listen. Yeah. So when you think about the child within the womb, all of that 9 months, that's development. The spirit, for some of y'all, these past 9 months has been developing, growing. You've had growing pains, honey. You've had all types of increases and strengthening and reinforcing that has happened. The spirit says, okay, now that we have developed, honey, go ahead and be born. Go ahead and step forward into that thing. A lot of us have been sitting on ideas for years, some of us decades on this live that you've been developing. It's like, damn, this baby 36 years old. I look, girl, you've been pregnant for 36 years? Yikes. Dang, that's a long time. The spirit, come on. This is it right here. It's time to push. It's time to push. It's time to step out into that thing, to go forth into it. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to tell you, the spirit don't care what your mama or your daddy or whomever, they don't care what they think. Stop that. Some of y'all have, I mean, oh my gosh, business, not just business, but even ways of showing up and fashion sense and all of this stuff, and you're not doing it because of out of fear of what other people may think about you. And how can I be doing this and doing that? That's stupid. It's stupid to say that. It's stupid. You're going to limit what it is you can be, how it is you can be, the exponential growth that you can experience because you afraid of what someone will have to say. That's ridiculous. And stop talking to the spirit about it. It's ridiculous. Stop talking to the spirit about it because it's ridiculous. You mean to tell me the spirit, the cosmic supreme feminine energy and the supreme masculine energies, the cosmic mother, the cosmic father, hath created and put forth this energy, this talent, this gifting within your belly. And you're like, oh my God, what are they going to think? Who? People? People? Cosmic mother and father. People? Cosmic mother and father. Doesn't make any sense. That same gift that you're ashamed of may be the gift, or may be the financial gainer that you need to step forth into your other calling. Because you can't have more than one calling. The spirit can call you to different things. Your spirit doesn't change in the different things that you do. But a part of your calling can be different places, different careers, different jobs, different types of people, different locations. But it's the same calling. Why is it the same calling? Because you're supposed to go there. And you take with you everything that you are, everywhere you go. It's how it works. Okay? Be born already. You've been developing all this time. Step out there, child. There's some babies that are born looking like, girl, the babies come out and the girls are like, but the point of the matter is, honey, they're born. Guess what? Sometimes when we first push out your idea, it don't look the best. And it don't have to look the best. The purpose of the baby is not to be cute. The purpose of the baby is to be alive. That's the purpose. It can get cute. There's a lot of babies, honey, that grew into their looks. It can get cute, but it needs to be birthed first. Y'all be seeing them 3D babies. Them 3D babies be looking like, dear God. But it needs to be birthed first. And we're talking in the spiritual sense, gifting sense. Okay? So the spirit showed me a bunch of cards stacking up together on like a house of cards. Well, unfortunately, most of your foundation is built up like a house of cards, not made to last, meant to fall. Yikes. There's some relationships on here that was built, child, with a house of cards, not made to last, made to fall. Because the foundation and the structure is so thin and so weak and made for playing games. It's made out of something that's meant to play games with, girl. It's not meant to withstand or hold within or withhold anything. It's meant to fall and crumble. What the spirit is wanting you to do is to re-examine your relationships with all things, within yourself, within your family, within your love life, within your job, with money, okay, with your art, with your career, with the spirit. Re-examine these relationships because they've been built on a house of cards. You was playing games, not serious, just having a good time, not being focused. And you built these foundations weekly. And it's supposed to withstand all of this stuff. It's not going to happen, honey. Even, girl, the elevators have weight capacity, girl. They're not sturdy and strong enough for certain things, much less flimsy cards. Re-examine your foundations. Reinforce your foundations. Be about what it is that you say you're going to be about. Ooh, spirit, that's a different conversation. The spirit just said, and there's some fake spiritualists out there too. There's some fake supporters out there too. There's some fake encouragers out there too. Let me tell you who it profits for you to be fake. The other person, because they will find out and they will learn and they will gain knowledge to decipher and pick you out of the crowd when you show up in another form as somebody else in their life. But you get nothing. There are people who applaud you as long as they get to be in the performance. There are people who clap for you as long as they get to have a, honey, listen, they will promote your business as long as they're getting some money on, as long as they're getting free products. There is a difference between the people. This is a part of the foundation too, because your partnerships, business partnerships, friendship circles, okay? Honey, there are some people. Oh, Lord. See, there he comes some of the people right now trying to call my line. There are some people, boo, that is only present for what you can give them and what they can get from you. There are delicate succubus, honey, gentle mosquitoes, girl. They only gonna fly around you, girl, to suck your blood, and they know it ain't gonna kill you, but they're not giving you anything besides infection. Your foundation needs to be sturdy. It needs to be clear. It needs to be open and secure. By open, I'm not saying in a vulnerable sense. There's nothing wrong with vulnerability, but people have a negative connotation with vulnerability. So I like to say open. It needs to be open to receive. I promise you, I don't have a sore. I don't have COVID, child. Sore throat, nasal drippage. I'm in recovery. Anyway, you got to be open to receive. Also, the Spirit said, and while I'm at it, talk about how some of y'all, wish I could bust y'all upside y'all head, are not open to critique. You don't want nobody telling you nothing. You don't want anybody suggesting anything to you. You want to seem like you, and the Spirit's windmilling me too. So I understand. You want everybody to think that you already got it under control and that you know what's going on, and that you're the holy grail of knowledge and all this other stuff. That's not the truth. Okay, it's not the truth. Stop that. It's pride, it's arrogance, all that stuff. You need to be reevaluated within this upcoming week. Give me 1 second, y'all. There is a someone's grandmother here that's saying, like, tell honey I said hi. I don't know whoever was called honey. Tell honey I said hi. I don't know who honey is. If so, somebody grandma used to call them honey. She's here telling you hi. Yes, ma'am. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna tell you what's happening. She's literally like taking me through her house and like showing me her house. So whoever this is, she was very proud of her house, honey. She was very she showed me to the front door and showed me all her stuff, like trying to take me a tour to the house. I'm like, Miss Ma'am, see, that's why I be talking about y'all ancestors be coming through, honey, trying to show us everything and be trying to take over the whole thing. Yes, ma'am. Okay, I had to ask her. I said, honey, I'm gonna come back to you in just a minute after a while so I can finish this up. Okay. Let's get into our final message for this evening. And I'm gonna get off of here and rest my voice. So the spirit just said, be it. Stop looking for it. You can make that applicable to everything. Be it. Stop looking for it. You trying to see if what you've been called to do is possible. You're not going to find examples of everything that you're called to do because you're called to do it. Be the thing. Be it. We will sit here and scroll and scroll and scroll and see if there's a way. And do people do this? And could it be? If that's what the spirit is calling you to do, honey, they had to think of an airplane before. There was not airplanes when they invented airplanes. Child, there was not computers before they invented computers. Somebody just had to do it without the example. Be it, be it, be it. Because a lot of y'all on here use the excuse of you ain't never seen it done. Of course you haven't, dummy, because you are supposed to do it. You haven't seen it done, but you have the vision for it. So you need to do it. You need to do it. Don't be gullible, honey. Okay? Don't be tricked. Oh my gosh, I don't see it. And that's what the anti-energy wants you to do. Not be able to see it, so you don't see it. The enemy wants you to focus on you not being able to see it so that you don't see it. If that makes sense to you. The enemy wants you to focus on the fact that nobody does this or it ain't never been done and you've not physically seen it in the world. That way you could take the fact that you don't physically see it and cover up what your vision is. That's useless. To be a visionary, honey, is to be able to have an extensive, expansive, imaginative, powerful foresight that you can see things before you see it. You can see things, honey, before it's there to be seen. Completely step into that. Completely follow in that belief and be that thing. Stop trying to wait for it to show up, because it will never show up, honey. If the girls did not come forth, if George Washington Carver Jr., honey, did not come forth with the peanut butter girl, you wouldn't be able to eat them Uncrustables. You hear me? Okay. I think we're about to wrap up, and I always like to end with a prayer. Anyone, despite what you believe in, can follow through with this. Whoever that is that's watching me, that's talking about me, I just heard you, sis. The spirit just showed me and tapped it into my ear. You missed the entirety of what I said because you're on here, or you were or you were on here just so you could. You go ahead and miss the message. And that's for you to miss. And that's too bad. And you're on here. I know you're on here right now. Be ashamed. Be ashamed. You don't have to believe. Thank you, Spirit. You don't have to believe in any of this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Girl, I wish if this microphone wasn't expensive, I'd tap this microphone. It doesn't matter. You don't have to believe in it. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Because guess what? Girl, the doll is still here. Honey, the head wrap is still intact, girl. The white is still crisp and clean. And the messages are still delivered. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Everything that you're talking about, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Oh, that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. If this doesn't resonate with you, good. If this doesn't resonate with you, good. It doesn't need to resonate with you because it's not for you. And if this is a universal message and it's not for you, that means you're disconnected. And I can't plug you back in, girl. Only you can. Let's go forth with prayer. We come forth to the Spirit in immense gratitude and immense gratefulness for purpose, Spirit. We're grateful for the vision that you've given us, for the guidance that you've provided us, for the people, the circumstances, the information that you have put in our path, Spirit, in our way, in our ears, on our TVs, on our phones, on our computers, so that we may be able to meet the requirements that is our life calling. Spirit, we ask you for continued clearing of the mind, Spirit, of the ears, and of the heart, Spirit. We ask you that you step forward and you cleanse our palate, Spirit. Cleanse our palate, not only so that we say things in a way that is prosperous, that is full of manifestation energy, that is full of clarity, Spirit, but that the things that we take, the things that we accept, the things that we put into our ears, Spirit, are of a particular taste and quality, Spirit. That the things that we ingest into our body, Spirit, into our energy fields, are of a particular quality, Spirit, that is power-packed, Spirit, with the fruits of the Spirit, with the vitamins of the Spirit, with the antioxidants of the Spirit, so that whatsoever we say, whatsoever we embrace, whatsoever we hear, whatsoever we take on, we are able to operate in that thing with such clarity and such grace that it is unmatched, it is unchallenged, and any demonic energy, any anti-energy, both new and old, both hanging around, both sent, has no other choice but to flee in our presence. Spirit, we ask you that you touch over our children, Spirit, both our physical children, biological children, Spirit, both our spiritual children, honey, the spirits of our children that haven't even come forth into this world yet. Spirit, we ask that you place your hand, that you place your garment upon them, Spirit, and keep them in safekeeping, Spirit. Spirit, we also ask you to put the garment over our own inner child, Spirit, so that our inner child is comforted and feels safe, and so that us can communicate with our inner child in a way, Spirit, to be able to say the things that need to be said. When they try to take our voice, Spirit, to be able to say the things that need to be said, to be able to dream how we used to dream. When they try to take our vision, Spirit, to be able to dream the ways in which we used to dream, Spirit. We're grateful for the maturity of our ears and the sensitivity of our ears to be able to receive and to filter out what doesn't make sense, honey. Because, Spirit, we're grateful that there are some things, Spirit, that make sense to us, but it doesn't make sense for us. I say, Spirit, I'm in total gratitude and immense gratefulness for all of the many ways, Spirit, that you have allowed me personally to be a blessing to other people, Spirit, and how you have allowed those people to be a blessing unto me. It is with all of these things, Spirit, we clap our hands, we give all of our thankfulness, our gratefulness, our joy, our glory, all up to the Spirit, so that it may circulate amongst the universe and find safety and peace within everyone's heart. It is in the power and in the name of the energy of all that is. We pray. Thank you. Thank you. All right, good people. Thank you for sticking with me for this, honey. My voice in any type of way and shape, that's okay. Because how loud I speak, honey, has nothing to do with the volume. It has everything to do with what I have to say. And I'm grateful for that. Y'all, if you would be so kind, honey, to share this, you can always share the live. You can also slide right over to, honey, the innerlightspa.com, child, and get you a candle, honey. The Obatala Energy Burst Ceremony is up and is available. It is $44.44 to participate. Okay, if you don't know about my energy burst ceremonies, well, go and read about it on the website. Let me see what else. Yeah, but y'all stay blessed, y'all stay clear, y'all stay certain, y'all stay prepared, and honey, definitely see all y'all, honey, on the other side, child. Tomorrow. So I think I'm be live tomorrow. I'm not sure. I love y'all from the light field. Bye. As soon as I can